repeats against the hour as the night sky begins to morning.
Hey, how's it going? Long time no see. Hi, how are you? Well, good. Guess who won an Academy Award? Not me, but that guy right there. Godzilla. You upset about the Crow remake? A lot of people are. I'm not. But we're not going to talk about that today. In case you didn't know, my name is Ashley Rose. You can call me Ash. And this channel is my channel, Death Arts 13, where we basically talk about music and makeup, or I do my makeup. You can watch me if you want, or you can hear me on audio talk about whatever bands I like or I'm thinking about or who I feel like talking about. Um, Sponsorship, here we go. We are sponsored by Vampire Cosmetics. Link in description. Per palette, today we are using the Space Invaders palette for some upcoming photos. So during this, whenever I'm done with this, I will probably pause the video so I can put my eyelashes on, because I kind of have a hard time doing that while I'm engaging on camera. But yeah, up to 20% off, link in the description, link in bio, or you can use my code. Right now they are converting the site, so I'll just put the link in there. You can click it, you can get up to 20% off on several different palettes. These are the primary one. This is the primary one, or one of the ones I use, which is from Silent Hill. The color I use in here is actually called Fear. I know I say a lot. I use that as a blush. So I don't actually have a blush that I use. Every blush color I use is per palette, but today we are going to be using the Space Invaders palette. And of course, as everyone knows, anytime I use a new palette and I take photos and stuff, I usually, put music along to it, because I usually select my music. And of course, I handpick everything. That's my stuff, like on all my social medias and everything. So I will, of course, link the lyric video towards the end of this video, so that way you can go check out the song that I plan on using for this palette. It'll also be in the description. So yeah, minus that, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Of course, you can reach me on all my socials, and that is also in the description. I'm on pretty much almost every social media platform, so you can give me a follow there. My @ on all of them is pretty much all the same, and it's on the screen. And as usual, anytime I discuss anything about a band, anything at all, you can catch everything, as we say in sports entertainment, in picture-in-picture action on one of the sides. I think it's this side. No, it's the other side. It's the other side. That side. I'll be putting photos and stuff, so that way you have some type of visual aid. If you are listening to the audio, I am sorry. You won't be able to see that. So last time, we were here, we were talking about Blitzkid. So I feel this is going to probably be a short video. I don't know. It really just depends how long I'm going to do the base of my makeup before I do photos. So we'll write it out, And yes, I do my eyebrows ahead of time, because I can only get them to look like sisters, not twins. It takes me forever to do my eyebrows. So if you're wondering, yes, these are drawn on. I'm sorry, the rumors are true. My eyebrows are fucking penciled in. They're drawn on. So today, if you can guess by the title, we are talking about Mr. Monster, because I felt it was only natural. We're not going to talk about The Crow today, the reboot. I'm going to actually save that after I see the actual movie, before I make like a final judgment of anything. You know what I mean? I feel that's kind of fair. I feel it's obviously fair. I like the comic. I like the original, and I don't think anyone should really be too. I'm gonna put some more primer on. I feel like that's not enough. I mean, it probably is, but I feel like it's not enough. So I like the comic. a lot of the sequels were not great. That's what we're gonna say. So I'm hopeful for anything at this point. Like, I'm willing to give whatever a try. So anyways, we're gonna talk about Mr. Monster. Last year in 2023 was the 25th, yeah, the 25th anniversary of Mr. Monster. Mr. Monster is a horror punk band started by Jason Trioxin. Oh my God, I can't talk right. Trioxin started in 1998, I believe, in the New Jersey area. If I'm not correct. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I think I'm right though. Yeah, New Jersey. I think it was New Jersey. But I do know they played from New Jersey to New York a lot, so we're gonna get to that. And you know what? I should probably let me just make sure. I want to say it was New Jersey. It's either Jersey or New York. I am so sorry. Like, Ashley, you should be prepared. You're right. I absolutely should, but I've been sick the past like week, and I'm still a little bit sick. New Jersey. Yes, New Jersey. It was New Jersey. See, I was right at the beginning. I've been sick, so that's why I wasn't here last week, but I am here every week. So do remember that. Sometimes twice a week, depending what my schedule is. So they were started in 1998 by Jason Trioxin, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because of Blitzkid, and we'll get to that. Well, we can get to that now. I don't see why not. He actually produced Five Cellars Below, which is from Blitzkid, and he also performed as one of their touring guitarists. As he also recorded, of course, recorded and performed with several different known bands in the genre. You may recognize them as The Undead. He did tour with Michael Graves, that guy, you know, and Wednesday 13. But mainly, I would say if you're familiar with Blitzkid, as we talked about in a previous episode, then I did briefly bring him up, but I didn't fully discuss Jason on there because I wanted to talk about a separate video. Talk about Mr. Monster in a separate video. And where is my blender? Where's my brush? So that's why. So it started in 1998 by Jason. That's J-S-I-N, as in sin. But I'm done. Now, the band's debut album was Songs from the Crypt, which did sell out apparently in a few days. I'm not exactly sure how many days. I did try to see the documented time. But Songs from the Crypt, unfortunately, you can't listen to Mr. Monster on like Spotify or anything. But there are some places that will play them. I do know that, you know, their Facebook page does have a lot of stuff still. And there are some YouTube playlists and channels that do have songs from the band. Now, that particular album, Songs from the Crypt, would actually get 4 pressings. So by the 4th pressing, that's when Mr. Monster really got some recognition on the scene, and they were like just in the scene in general. And this was from like a DIY perspective, which a lot of people had. A lot of people still have a very DIY perspective in the scene, in the community, whether it be anything independent wise. If we're talking about punk, horror punk, goth music, anything independent, everyone's still very DIY. We're just going about it in a completely different way, in my opinion. And if you hear noise in the background, it's because it's actually raining here. It's raining very heavily here. I'll be honest with you, I don't know how this palette's going to go. I did swatch it, so I'm going to actually probably do my eyes first because of that. Because I just don't know how it's going to go. I really don't. And that's okay. You know, we're going to find out. It has a lot of like glitter tones, and there's like this brick color, this like reddish orange color. It's called UFO, which is going to be the base color for a lot of things that I'm going to put on, like my eyes and stuff like that. But there's a lot of like glitter tones in it. Like there's like a gold type glitter, like a pinkish glitter, and a bluish glitter. And you know what? I'm going to probably use all of them. I'm going to use all of them. I'm going to do that. What a day. But yeah, if you can hear rain, it's because it is raining. I know what to tell you. So they would play for audiences from New Jersey to New York City. And their crowds are really large, from my understanding. I've seen some photos. I mean, I wasn't there in person, so I couldn't tell you. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't there in person. I couldn't tell you, but based off of the photos I saw and some old videos, yeah, it was the club, the bar was packed. Within 18 months, the band would, of course, you know, tour small venues everywhere. I got some new makeup brushes, by the way. I know. Let's see. They would tour small venues through the tri-state area. And gradually they would keep having to like reconfigure their lineup. Now there are a lot of members that like interchange throughout Mr. Monster. Like you have Ariel Goolsby from Blitzkid was in it, JV was in it. There's just a list of different people that were in it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the list right here, picture action once again. So check it out. Check out. Check it out. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's more red than I thought. It looks like a reddish orange in the palette. It's more red. Oh, okay, cool. I can deal with that. That I can deal with. I can work with that. And if it's bad, well, we'll just take it off. No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Check it out. Wow, that is nice. That is really nice. I'm also going to line the bottle. Oh my God, bottle. The bottom of my eyelid with that as well. I like it. I like it. I wasn't sure about it, but you know what? I'm good with the color. I'm good with the color UFO. It's looks completely different on. I can't wait to put like the top of it, which is Invade, like on top of it. So, anyways, back to Mr. Monster. So they did tour through the tri-state area. They, yeah, of course, would work their lineup on and off. Now, Jason would do like a few interviews that I did find because I did write an article at Distortion Media, which you can check out, distortion.media. It's there. If you're interested in reading it, I was able to find a lot of interviews that he did talking about just growing up, his influences, things like that. Now, he didn't state which band he was in, but between 96 and 97, he wrote Prom Night. Now, Prom Night is about actually Carrie. Like, yeah, that Carrie White, that one, that chick, Stephen King. Just, it's a good song. I like it. He also wrote Dead Flesh Girl and Little Frankenstein. Now, he didn't state which band he was in, but he did state that the singer of that particular band that he was in hated those songs. Like he absolutely didn't get it. He didn't care for him. He wasn't feeling them, you know? And he told him to go, basically, so many words, go take that shit somewhere else. Like, get out of here with that. It's good. This color's pretty nice. So yeah, he told him to go take that shit somewhere else, basically. So I mean, he didn't say it like, I mean, you know what? I wasn't there. I don't know if he said it like that, but that's how I imagined it. Whoever this fucking dude was told him to go take that shit somewhere else. Which honestly, they're pretty good songs. They pretty much bop still. So he was pretty much like, okay, you know. So Mr. Monster actually started off like as like a side band. Mm. All right, this is cool. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I gotta work with the blue pretty soon. I don't know about that. I have an idea though. So they would also, you know, Mr. Monster would actually get some recognition when their music was actually used in the in Activision's game, which was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline. So they would actually be featured in that. You know, the problem with these is like you like see, like it's glitter. Make sure it sticks on this way. I still like sometimes use my finger for certain eyeshadows, particularly anything glitter based, because I feel like it just applies better, that it gets too loose with the brush. But I am going to use particularly only like the eyelid part, you know. I am going to use a brush for the rest of the glitter ones because I'm not putting them directly in the center of my eyelid, you know. But they would get recognition from Activision. The band's fan clubs actually were called the Skeleton Crew. I don't know if they're still around. I would hope so. Let's see, where's the eyeliner? I don't know which eyeliner to use. I mean, all my eyeliners are black, but it's a matter of like what type of tip I want to use because they all have different tips. Like this one has like a different tip. This one's also from Vampire Cosmetics. It's like the shape of a pen. This one is from Revolution. And this is LA Colors, your good old, like you could find this anywhere for like, I don't know, like $2 the most, $1 the most. But the reason why is because this one has more of a brush. This one has like a felt tip. This one has a similar tip as this one, but smaller. So that's where we are. Let me do my eyeliner and we'll come back and finish talking. So the fan club was called the Skeleton Crew. They did actually a lot for the band. They were pretty much, I mean, I guess they were kind of like a street team in a way. I will fix the end of this later. I guess in a way they were kind of like a street team. I don't know if they're still around. I do know a lot of the socials are still active for Mr. Monster. But as far as, you know, the skeleton crew, if they're still active, like I said, I'm not too sure. The skeleton. Yeah, skeleton crew. They were called the skeleton crew. But they did a lot of like the promoting. They handled a lot of the DIY stuff for Mr. Monster back in the day. Dude, look how sharp this eyeliner is and look how bad this one is. Ugh. It's okay. Okay. That's as even as I'm gonna get it right now. But that's good for what I'm gonna do. Good enough. So anyways, back to Mr. Monster and the compilations that they were on. So they were on This Is Hard Punk. That was a compilation. Oh my God, I can't talk right. Compilation. That was actually from Fiend Force Records. Now, they did have This Is Hard Punk 2. This is Hard Punk 2 has like other bands like Calabrese on there, Coffin Cats, Nimvid. But for the sake of this video, we are not going to actually talk about that compilation because we're going to save that for another time. Right now, we're only going to talk about compilation 1 because that was the one you can actually get Mr. Monster on, is compilation 1, which is This Is Horror Punk. That was made in 2003. Yeah, 2003. It contains songs from the other Blitz Kit, the Crimson Ghost, Necromantics, Bloodsucking Zombies from Outer Space, Madsen, and the Spook. And there were other bands on it, but I'm just naming like a handful that I for sure know that were on there. You know, I really love this color. I love this color. I was very like, I don't know about it. I didn't know how it was going to look on me, but I'm digging it. Really am. I shouldn't have judged it. I shouldn't have judged it and been like, I don't know. Don't know. I had to contour my face because my face is really round. I'm also pretty bloated today. I'm not gonna lie to you about that. I'm really bloated today. Like I said, I don't feel very well. I mean, I feel a little bit better, but I've been kind of like just ugh the past like week. So as you can see. So if you can actually find This Is Hard Punk, the compilation, they're very solid compilations. They still hold up to this time. So definitely if you get your hands on it, I do know, I think I saw some on eBay not that long ago. But yes, if you can get your hands on it, do. Even if you can get your hands on 2. 2 is also very good. There's some really, really fucking killer bands on there that are still around that you can still catch live. And I believe Fiend Force is still ran by the singer of the other, I believe. I have to really check on that. I did ask, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that it really, like, that label really helped the scene a lot. Like, that's how a lot of bands were able to, like, get over to, like, the UK and Germany and all that stuff. All those great tours. So that would actually help the band's success as far as with the community or just punk in general or horror punk. They would actually be featured in several magazines. Particularly one known was Fangora magazine, which is still around, which is like one of the best horror magazines. You can still definitely check them out. Now, in a previous interview, Jason would state that he started playing guitar around the ages of 14 and 15. He would experiment with trying different instruments like drums, bass, because, it was just, he wanted to try all of them. And he would state that one of his major influences, growing up was Duff McKagan. Uh, and he had heard Duff McKagan state that, he would just try drums, he would try singing, he would try all these different instruments. So he was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to do what Duff McKagan did. I'm going to try it all. Why not? So he would state that that was one of his major influences in him picking up the guitar or just trying different instruments at the time. And I can't get my makeup brush in here. Okay. So he would soon realize that there's just some things some people are born really good at doing, like music-wise, are born to do. And I'm just paraphrasing. This is from an interview, though. You can search it. It's also, I did quote it in my article at Distortion Media, so you can check that out too. It is in there if you want to check out the full interview. It is linked in there. So he would try everything out. In 2011, the band would reunite to play their 10th anniversary show. And it was, well, 10th anniversary of Over Your Dead Body is actually what they reunited for. Footage you can actually still see on YouTube. I saw a lot of footage from that show. It's still up, so you can definitely check it out. I will link it in the description just to help you out if it's a little bit easier. And that would actually be with the original members of Mr. Monster. And of course, we already talked about, who Jason toured with. We talked about Five Cellars Below and how, trying to think if he played, no, I think it might have been guitar. He might have played on tour. No, it was bass. He was the bassist for the Undead on tour. Eventually, we'll talk about the Undead. We'll also talk about Wednesday 13 pretty soon. I can't say the next video because I don't. It's really based off of what I'm feeling. But all these things, everything that occurred, everything that happened, ranging from 1998 on, is what would help influence the band. So it is unfortunate that we can't really hear any of the music on Spotify. I wish we could, but unfortunately we're not able to. Where is it? Nope, 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 nope. Here we go. I wish we could. There's some really, really good tracks. No, and I did hear that there were some recordings that weren't produced. They weren't available for any album, or it was supposed to be, I'm not sure if it was supposed to be an upcoming album or they were just recordings that Jason did that he may or may not have planned to use. But that I am not 100% sure of, but I did hear that there were some like recordings. Okay. I think I need to put like a dark color on top of this. I don't really like know if I want to. If, you know what, let me finish my eyeliner, which is like the lower line. I did hear that. I want to say I was watching one of Goolsby's lives that I think someone had asked a question about that. But I'll link that in there in the description too, so you can check it out. But it's mainly just with him and JB chatting. It's more about Blitzkit than anything. But I do recall someone asking a question about that. And yes, my nose itches, and I'm sorry. So I don't know if it was going to be for like an upcoming album or what it was exactly. Oh, shit. I just dropped my makeup brush. So, I mean, that's pretty much just a brief history of what I wanted to go over about Mr. Monster. Now, on December 18th of 2018, this is the part we're going to get to, because I know some people probably been waiting for me to talk about this. On December 18th, 2018, on Facebook, they would announce that Jason actually passed away. They didn't state what the cause of death was or exactly what had happened, but it was a tragic loss. And some people would say, that horror punk has never been the same since then. Now, as a journalist, I was pretty curious, I'm not gonna lie, as to what the cause was. I did ask, I did find out some information. However, I want to be respectful to the family in the aspect of like, I've heard two different things. I don't know exactly what is true. So I don't want to say anything that may possibly not be 100% correct, or even without his family's approval, you know. I want to be respectful, but I did find out more or less, like as far as just what I heard. But like I said, it was not something I didn't reach out or find out, you know, particularly from his family. So I don't want to ever like give out misinformation about that. However, he did pass away in December 18th of 2018, and it was announced on Facebook to the fans. People would say horror punk would never be the same since then. So it was a very tragic loss for everyone. Several bands would go on to make tribute songs for him, Mr. Monster. Like a lot of his friends would re-record a lot of his tracks. Which I think is really cool. And those tracks you can actually, they're not on Spotify, but if you go to those artist pages like on YouTube, they have them up. So that's like really cool. Some of them are really, really good. And they all have like their own unique like sound. And it doesn't sound like 100% like a remake of just the like remake or like a re-recording of Mr. Monster. So it gives like a good distinguish of the difference. So you could tell like, hey, you know, this is a cover from this band. So everyone used their own like sound for it. Is that too much glitter? I don't think it is. I don't think it's enough glitter. So yeah, let me put my eyelashes on and we will close. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, this might be like, I know I have like a lot of glitter right here and a lot of eyeliner, but there's a reason for it. Trust me. There is a reason. Because this is like actually the side that I'm gonna do majority of the photos on. So I really want the glitter to stand out. And then this is just gonna be like the front view. So, and I'm also looking at that screen, so it's like, you know, it's like, But anyways, yeah, that's it. So thank you, of course, for like tuning into my channel. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I have to talk about right now. And my hair's kind of like everywhere. It's a lot of glitter. Not gonna lie to you. This is like, I don't really wear glitter. Anyways, so thank you for tuning in. We'll come in next. Come in. God, I can't talk right. I'm tired and I'm still kind of sick. So yeah. Anyways, I will be here next week. So tune in, log on, turn your notification bells on. And yeah, I'll see you and we'll talk about whatever band. And we'll talk about The Crow eventually. Talk about the movie, you know, once I see it. I want to be fair. So anyways, I have to go. Let me go do my hair. Let me go change. I'm going to see if I can put more blue on this side. Because I think this side has like too much blue. So I think I'm going to put more blue over here. Maybe. But it's like a really glittery palette. And no, this isn't fall. This is all intentional. Trust me. All intentional. That's a little bit better. That's more even. Kind of. Anyways, so I'm sure you can see all the glitter on this side from the palette. And this side does have some glitter. So anyways, I gotta go. Bye.